All right, so basically what's going on here, Albie, is we've got your hip not pivoting, and then your hip goes too early in your downswing, causing you to pull it, right? So the drill that you do, here, stand back a sec on that side, please. The drill that we need to do, there's two parts to the drill, basically. So again, we got to still use the bag, right? And we got to get the bag on the side of your thigh. Okay, actually stand on this side so you can see better from that side, please. You're going to see that, okay? The bag has got to be on the side of my thigh, okay? And then when I go back, shoulders and arms first till I'm stuck. See how I haven't moved my knee at all when I'm doing that, right? So I'm just going, right, till I'm stuck. Once I'm stuck, to keep going, my shoulder brings my left hip and left knee around to where now my left glute is touching the head cover. Do you see that? Okay. So what you need to do is you need to make sure, first of all, that you go back, shoulders and arms, then tailbone pivot, we call it. Okay. Then once you're here, then what I want you to think about next is bringing this elbow this way. Okay. So you're basically trying to bring the elbow in as the first thing. Now, the best way to fix the sequencing of the hips doing that is stopping at the top and then making sure, like for a second, that the first thing that you move is the elbow. Because see, you're so used to the hip jumping early, you're not even noticing it because it's been overdone. Okay, so this is the drill. So I'm gonna demonstrate. So I'm gonna drag it back, pivot my hip on that head cover, stop, and then drop my elbow through. Okay, and so you're gonna see here. Watch this. So as I did this one for you, right? You're going to see that I do my shoulders and arms first. Watch this. And this is a tricky fix, I'll tell you. You know, honestly, if I hadn't done so many golf lessons, it would be hard this is a hard fix for some players to understand. Because you have to really understand the mechanics of the hip, and you got to understand what's going on with the swing plane because of the right elbow. So you're going to see here, watch this. You go back, or I go back, straight back, shoulders and arms first, and then my hip pivots on the head cover. Do you see this? So that my left glute, or my left cheek, is now touching the head cover to here, right? Then, once I'm there, I stop a moment, and then I'm making sure that the first thing I do is move this elbow, what feels like a little bit out to the right, and in that way. So you're gonna see here, when I do that, my hip doesn't run away. My elbow, see how my elbow is dropping first clearly here? Look, elbow's dropping, hip's not going anywhere. And then look, bam, right? And so see where my hip is still? Yeah. Right. Now this drill, in reality, when you do it faster, it's not going to look the same. For example, just to finalize this thought, okay, watch this. So that's the slow motion one, right? Now if I do the same exercise, but I don't stop, let's look and see what it looks like. So I can show you how my hips naturally, from driving my elbow correctly, will spin as they need to, but they won't slide, okay? So now I'm going to do one more regular pace. You really need to make sure you feel that on your hip enough. All right, now watch this. It's a little thin, but it'll serve its purpose. So watch this, right? You're going to see here. I'm doing the exact same thing that I just told you about, but I'm not stopping. But I'm using the same neuron pattern of those steps, right? But by not stopping, the club, in a way, is on its way back still because of momentum as I start dragging my elbow right about here, and that creates the lag. But now look, this is where on TV, what they do is they go like this. They go, and if you look real close here, you can see how Ryan's left hip starts to turn, and he's clearing his left hip to drag his arms down, right? This is what they'll say is happening, right? Because you see how my left side naturally is turning. Right? But here's what's crazy. I'm not thinking of that. That's my body's natural response to what I'm doing with my elbow and the club, okay? And the momentum, okay? So as I do that, then look, you see my elbow's in, and then my hip hasn't slid at all. So that's what we need to do.